Faster than a speeding bullet.
I ran until my muscles burned and my veins pumped battery acid.
More powerful than a locomotive.
An idea is like a virus. Resilient. Highly contagious.
Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
We had a 15-year on our beet farm. We paid it off early.
Yeah, well, you know what? Nobody cares about your stupid beet farm. Beets are the worst.
People love beets.
Nobody likes beets.
Everyone loves
Nobody likes beets, Dwight. Why don't you grow something that everybody does like? You should grow candy. I'd love a piece of candy right now. Not a beet.
Hello. Hey, you do that on purpose every time.
You start out with a weird tone anyway.
Yeah, it's because I knew you were going to do that, so it's just like counteracting what you were about to do.
I'm so glad that you feel like it coming.
Yeah, I'm like, he's going to do it. All right, anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Betterhumanology podcast. My name is Jerred Moon, and with me is Talon Schwam. As always, what's up, Talon?
What's up, Jerred? Hello, everyone.
And this week, well, actually, I try to do this every episode. I forget sometimes, but I break down what the Betterhumanology podcast is, and it's all about making you a better human. It is the study of becoming a better human, whether that's doing an experiment like we have this week, interviewing guests, riding bicycles really far distances, or whatever the case is. We're testing things out, trying to become better ourselves and bringing you along for the journey, trying to give you a few tools to put in your toolbox that can make you better. So that is the Betterhumanology podcast. And this week, we have an interesting one that dates back pre-Betterhumanology era. We have the Better Human shot, which is, well, we'll just call it the Better Human drank. So,
was there an A in that drink?
Did I accidentally?
I think you said the Better Human drank. That's right. We got the Better Human drank.
The Better Human drank. All right, what is the Better Human drank, Talon?
It's a bunch of beets.
Beets. So we
not by Dre.
Nope, not the headphones, not the extra bass in your eardrums.
No.
So beets are awesome, if you didn't know. So beets can increase the amount of energy extracted from the oxygen in your blood, so it can increase your performance. You're going to be able to do more work with less oxygen, which is a very desirable trait if you are into strength and conditioning. And not only does the research say you can put out more work, but you'll also be able to last longer in your workouts because you burn less energy due to the nitrate in the beetroot juice. So pretty awesome stuff, right? I mean,
yeah, beetroot juice.
Beetroot juice. And there are a ton of studies on this. This is not something where we found an obscure study and, you know, we're testing it out. This is more of we just want to put it to a test. It's something that I actually did at Into 3 Fitness a long time ago, and we wanted to bring it to the show because I've had a lot of readers from Into 3 Fitness test it out successfully and say that they love the Better Human shot. And so Tal and I bring it to the Betterhumanology podcast, and here we are.
I just think it's crazy that it's the Better Human shot on the Betterhumanology show, and it predates the Betterhumanology show.
It's pretty crazy. And
it's crazy.
I think I need to get that like trademarked or copyrighted or the Better Human shot. So I'm going to give the quick scientific breakdown of why exactly this works, just in case I got any geeks or freaks out there who want to know stuff like this. Like geeks? No, those are good terms.
They are, yes.
Yeah. All right, so this is how it works. I'll give you, and I won't bore you guys any longer with the this stuff, and then Talon can bore you a little bit about some other stuff, and then we'll just talk about what we did, why we did it, and all that. So dietary nitrate from beets hits the saliva in your mouth and introduces itself to the bacteria on your tongue. This brings the compound from NO3 to NO2, or active nitrate. Next, this new couple heads into your stomach and meets another new friend, your stomach acid. Boom! NO2 is now reduced to NO, or nitric oxide. This nitric oxide increases blood flow to your muscles and increases your ability to produce energy. So a lot happening there from the beet root, for the beet, to your digestive system to make you essentially a better human.
That's what it sounds like to me. I like the boom.
The
as
boom.
well.
I worked on it before the show. I wanted to make sure I nailed it.
Yeah,
What
you
else?
did.
What else can Beets do, my friend?
Oh my goodness, there's a laundry list. Let's see. I got a couple bullets here. Some things I want to bring to the show. So dietary supplementation with beetroot juice speeds VO2 kinetics and enhances exercise tolerance during severe intensity exercise when initiated from an elevated metabolic rate.
Severe intensity.
Yeah. So for those tough exercises.
All right.
Also, beetroot juice treatments increase plasma NO concentration and decrease cardiac afterload and myocardial oxygen demand at rest and during 3 submaximal levels of aerobic exercise. Beetroot juice positively affects performance of swimmers as it reduces the aerobic energy cost and increases the workload at anaerobic threshold. Maybe your anaerobic threshold. And a single dose of beetroot juice lowered VO2 during submaximal exercise and enhanced time trial performance of trained cyclists. And one more has been shown to improve 2,000-meter rowing performance in highly trained rowing athletes. So those are some pretty awesome things that beetroot juice does for you just by itself.
Yeah, and if you want to check out any of these studies, there are over 60 different studies that we found on dietary nitrates in beetroot juice. You can type in your browser EO3, the number, eo3.fit/betterbeet, all one word, and beet is B-E-E-T, just in case. So you can read the article that I have on beetroot juice and kind of what we followed. We did not make the Better Human shot per se. We just straight up consumed some beetroot juice. So I think that we should hop into the big why. But I think that's obvious. So the experiment is just trying to see if beets can make you better, right? That's the why.
Really wanted to put how it's supposed to improve your performance to the test, right? I mean, that's a pretty big claim.
And not only, because a lot of the stuff we do here, 2-week experiments, 10 days experiments,
right?
We try to give things a fair trial, but since we found one study that said specifically that I forget if it was swimmers or runners, they took it one time and they had increased cycling performance. Yeah, cyclists. They had increased cycling performance just from one dose of beetroot juice. So we're like, well, let's go to the extreme. Let's not drink beetroot juice for 2 weeks. Let's just try it once and see if it works. See if it can make us faster in our mile times is what we ended up doing.
That's right.
And so the experiment. The other day we did you do a mile?
I did a mile, but my mile was up a big hill. I like running hills, so.
Okay, so you did a mile time trial.
Sprint. Yes, sir.
Mile sprint. And then 1 day rest, next day consumed a lot of beets, and then ran the same exact route. We both did that. And Talon, tell me a little bit about your... First, let's start with your beet experience. Because have you consumed a lot of beets in your lifetime? I
had never had a beet before my life until this experiment.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people that, I'm not a baby, but I have kind of a pretty easy gag reflex. Like, some real nasty stuff, for me, it's like, I got to walk out of the room. So I think everybody, including my wife, everybody was like, this is going to be a spectacle when Talon tries to chug this 8-ounce glass of straight-up raw beetroot juice. Anyway, and you know what? I actually didn't hate it, and then I was really surprised. I thought, we talked a little bit before the show, and I totally agree. You said it's like drinking Mother Earth. That's what it tastes like almost, just like drinking
Earth, dirt, whatever. Yeah,
yeah. It's just, I don't know. You say dirt and makes it sound nasty probably when you're hearing that, but it's like it just tastes like so natural and I don't know, planty, but not bad planty. I don't know. Anyway,
the word you're looking for is earthy.
Earthy, yeah, that is the word I'm looking for. But wasn't bad. Very surprised, and yeah, I was Yeah, I thought it was going to be disgusting. Do you want to talk about your part before I get into my trial?
I will just throw out, I've consumed beets for a while off and on. The only disclaimer out there for people who maybe haven't consumed beets often is, let's see, it could scare you. So if your stool is going to look...
That's a nice way to put it.
Your stool is going to look it's going to look like blood, no joke. Especially if you're consuming a lot of beets day after day. Your body just can't really process that dye in beets or that color. And so it just comes out exactly how it went in. And it's terrifying if you didn't know it was going to happen. So that's the only little disclaimer I'll throw out there to the audience is, yeah, it's okay. No big deal. When I first researched that, it was actually one of a very common reason why people would go to the emergency room. Is they would consume beets and they didn't know that was what was going on. You're like, you would think that you'd figure out that was related, but yeah. Especially.
Did you have one of these experiences?
I did not go to the emergency room, but
you said it was scary.
Well, when I was researching for that article, I was like trying to. I mean, yeah, it was scary the first time but like scary for like 4 seconds.
Right. Like, oh yeah, I had beets. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it kind of looks like that going down too. When you if you decide to not eat your beets, straight up just chomping on them, and you decide to juice them like we did, it's going to look a little bit like blood going down.
Yeah, and we juiced them, but you don't have to juice them.
No.
After all the studies I looked at, you could just eat a bunch of raw beets if you want to. You could juice them. You could do whatever you want. However you want to consume your beets, you can. I prefer juicing beets because I like beet juice, but I don't like beets very much. Is that kind of weird? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just not a huge fan. My wife loves them, but I'm not a huge fan.
Ugh.
So where were we? We were going back to the
Why? So we got why. We got the trial.
Yeah, we know it's going to help you run faster, jump over buildings. And
Yeah, so were you faster with your mile sprint?
I was actually 11 seconds faster.
Whoa, that's quite a bit.
Which, yeah, 11 seconds faster from 1 mile to the next. And, in all honesty, I don't, like we talk about the placebo effect, and you can repeat workouts and just get better at workouts. You're not necessarily getting any fitter. You can just practice a workout and get better. But I don't think that that's necessarily true of a mile, because I don't run very far often, but I'll run a mile to a mile and a half pretty regularly, and I'll do it very quickly.
Right.
And so this isn't a workout. It's like, oh, well, you practiced it twice and you got better. Maybe I did push myself a little bit harder because there could have been a little bit of bias on wanting the experiment to work. But overall, I pushed myself really hard both times and was a lot faster the second time. Maybe I can attribute 5 seconds of that to the beat. I don't know. But either way, like we discussed in the last episode, it's a green light. So I got faster. How about you?
It's really funny you brought up like how, maybe you wanted to make sure, or you thought about at least a little bit, popped into your head about how you at least want the time to be faster to show that the experiment did well. Well, how we've had some of those little out there experiments lately, and how you disapproved some of my ideas, that you brought up. And so I'm not like, I set my timer and then I go. I don't look down at it. And when I finish, I click it. So I'm not like, oh yeah, I need to go faster. Oh yeah, I need to go slower. I'm just running. Right. But at the same time, I was thinking, I don't know if I really want this to be faster. Maybe I can just go ahead and debunk this beat thing that Jerred really wants. It's got lots of data, and I can just be the bad guy. I can be the big bad wolf and say, it didn't work for me. But I'll tell you what, that didn't work. During my run, probably the latter quarter of a mile sprint, you really start feeling it. And for my first mile I did, yesterday, whatever, the first day, I was I could feel the wear down coming. But I'll tell you what, with that beet drink before my run, I didn't have that feeling at all. And I didn't come out a whole lot faster. I was only 3 seconds faster on my run, but I felt like I was that much stronger in my run. And that was what was so impressive for me. And that's hard to measure. I mean, nothing else really that I could see was different, but and I do this same hill run often. So I mean, I was surprised even to see a little difference, but man, I was very, very surprised to feel so strong at that point in my sprint.
Yeah, and it is surprising because when you think of like a pre-workout supplement, like you're thinking of like crazy
Jack 3D.
Yeah, Jack 3D back in the day, or like there's Inno Explode and all these other things that are going to get you really jacked up on caffeine and all this other stuff. But a lot of those, the principle behind why they're supposed to work is what I talked about earlier, the nitric oxide, your body being able to use more oxygen more efficiently, makes you be able to go harder, last longer, all that stuff. And so
harder, better, faster, stronger.
Thank you for that. And so it's the same exact principle. And so when you take, say, Inno Explode or any other pre-workout supplement, you're going to expect it to work. In all honesty, it's going to work. But this is just like a much safer alternative to kind of a pre-workout supplement. And I don't know if it's going to be any cheaper, but much, much healthier. Because I don't know how many. Well, you got like these coconut-sized beets. You said.
Oh my goodness! Here in Texas, they have like the biggest GMO-injected beets I'd ever seen. I felt like, I hadn't even seen a beet before. I felt so naive coming to the entire experiment. I had the HEB guy show me where they were.
Did you know what a beet was, though?
I had read, some of your articles on beets, and I'd seen some pictures. But honestly, if I had walked by it in the grocery store, I'd have been like, "Yeah, it's just another one of those vegetables I don't even think about eating." So, yeah, I got some giant beets. I mean, geez, 2 of them suckers made, I think, 20 ounces. So, wow. But
that's crazy because I got the little tiny organic
baby
beets. Yeah, when I was telling you about it, I was like, "You're gonna have to get like 5+ beets to make a couple ounces of juice," and or maybe you just have a really awesome juicer. I don't know what it is. But
you have an awesome juicer,
yeah,
which we did talk about on the juice episode. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, man,
juice diet.
That feels so long ago.
I know.
That was crazy.
We'll link that in the show notes, but there's a good juicer out there.
Yeah, there's a good juice episode you should check out for sure.
That's right. But I will say though, you're talking about pre-workout.
Wait, did you ever get to? You got to you were faster, right?
I was faster.
Okay.
I was 3 seconds faster. Not a lot, but I was faster, yes.
Okay.
But I do want to hit on real quick. You talked about how it might not be cheaper than pre-workout out there, but it's more healthy. I might say that it might taste better than a lot of the pre-workouts out there. I know that I might be really, really low on the totem pole, and you'd be very, very surprised to hear that beets might taste better than pre-workout. But man, there's a lot of nasty pre-workouts out there. And this little beet shot, it's done in about 2 seconds, and it's gone and it's down.
Yeah, so when we say shot, you should be consuming, a lot of the studies did about 4 ounces. 6 ounces is good. I wouldn't go above 8 ounces because that's just a lot of beet juice. And
that's what I went with, 8 ounces.
You did a full cup?
Go
nice.
big, go home.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
At least I know it's coming.
All right, so beetroot juice. I don't know if there's much else that we really need to cover, man. You got anything else?
No, I mean, this was an easy approval for me. I'll go ahead and lay down the line because honestly, I was shocked. I run often. I'm a runner, you know me, and I was shocked to feel that strong that late in a sprint. So absolutely approved for me. I was faster, but I mean, the feeling was just so powerful that I have to approve it.
And I will clearly go with an approval, something I've been doing for a while. Like in the first article I wrote a year or two ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I kind of joke about it. I've been taking a performance enhancer at the beginning of the article, and it's really true. Like you said,
it kind of feels like that.
Yeah. Honestly, if you don't consume a lot of beets in your diet, try it out. It's really easy to do. Give you energy for longer, reduce the amount of oxygen costs to your exercise, and all sorts of stuff. So I give it an approval, and it's super easy to do. So anyone out there, you don't need to consume beets for 3 weeks. Consume your 4 ounces before today's workout, and you're going to be better. I can almost guarantee it. So
you will become a beet apologist.
Beet apologist, for
guarantee
sure.
it.
Yeah, I can guarantee. If not, here's what: if you're not better after drinking beet juice, I want you to take those beets and bring them back to the store and get your money back. That is how confident I am right there. I'm putting my reputation on the line at the grocery store. All right, guys, that's it for this week on the Betterhumanology podcast. Go out there and be better.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Your best. Losers always whine about their best.